Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. There's going to be a few subjects covered in this video and I'm going to try and keep it short. Now what's happened here is, so you got a 2008 120 Prado or Land Cruiser LC 120, 212 odd thousand kilometers. Obviously he's watching the videos, realised it's probably got original injectors and it's about to blow up one way or another if he doesn't take action soon. He's decided, this is Ross, he's actually decided to get the vehicle over to us. So I'm going to quickly run through what we've done and a few of the problems that the vehicle still has. It's not a big deal. So the heart's been fixed. So, you know, the injector job, all that sort of related works. And a lot of people ask, you know, oh, how much is that? So how much is the injector kit and how much is the injector job? It's all in the videos and on our Facebook pages. If you're in Australia, we regularly provide this information in the videos. You really need to subscribe and turn the bell on because we can't keep repeating it over and over again in videos. It does people's heads in. We've got viewers from all around the world. They just want to hear about information about the vehicles, which is what we're about to do here. So when it came in with the original injectors, I say the load reading, which you can't see on this EDS at the moment. This is a cheap option, whatever. The scan gauge has actually got the transmission temperature readout as well. But the EDS is better than nothing. It's only about 80 or 90 bucks, I think, from 4-wheel drive super center, wherever you want to get it from. About all it's worth, to be quite honest. But it'll give you the coolant temp. You can read codes, clear codes, and those sorts of things as well. But it also gives you the load reading. And as I said before, the load reading, we're looking at the scan tool here, is one of the most important readings you can look at. Now, it's in the, I'm not going to spend too much time on it because it's in the diagnostic. You have a look at our playlists on our YouTube channel, diagnostic information, and we go through lots of different vehicles. And I keep saying these 120s with a 5-speed auto is a really popular combination. So let's have a look what the load is with new injectors. What it was with the old injectors, the coolant, the car came in, it was switched off for 5 minutes, bit of chit chat. He wanted to have a look, so we plugged in and had a look. This load reading, calculate load, was over 20, okay, which is no surprise. Of course, the next readings we look at, we'll just have a quick look, mainly for you and him, anyone that's following, to see what it's going to be afterwards. So it's no surprise. I think it was over 10. The injection volume was over 10. Now you can see it's down to 6. That's what I said it would be, 6, because look, every now and then there's one that's a little bit different to the rest, but generally when you do a lot of these, you know what you're going to get. I've said it before, feedback values, not that important. The limit on those hash 1, 2, 3, 4 over this side is maximum plus or minus 3. So anything up to there is not an issue, but just because there's no issues at those 4 numbers there doesn't mean there's not an issue with your injectors. You've got to look at your injection volume, your load, and your main injection period. See the one at the bottom there, main injection period? It was going over 700, 800, whatever, like they do. They do jump around quite a bit, okay? But as you can see, I sort of say maybe 5, but 550, 600 thereabouts. See, it jumps around, up, down, thereabouts. So there's a lot of jumpiness with main injection period. So you've got to sort of take an average. You can set up the graph if you like, but my brain's got its own graph in it, so I don't need to do that. I can see that it's about 550, 600. That's what new injectors do. Pilot 1, Pilot 2 is about the 430, but you see the 460 there. See feedback value number 4, minus 1.1. We don't worry about that. 1.1, 1.3, 1.6, 1 point anything. It happens every now and then. Sometimes you get 0, sometimes you get 0.2s, 3s, 4, 5, 7s, 8s, 9s, up to about 1. Every now and then, 10 or 20% get a 1 point something, usually low ones, sometimes a mid one, very rarely a higher one, and I'm not worried about that. I'm not even really worried if it's a 2, but I don't think I've seen a 2 with new injectors. And the key thing is you check this every now and then, and it doesn't change. Note, number 4 minus 1.1, it'll be the same in 5 years, right? Something like that, unless you've got problems, of course. Okay, that's about it on the diagnostic side. I don't want to waste too much time because it's not just a diagnostic video, but I'll chuck this one in the playlist. The other thing we did is the suction control valve, because everyone knows they're rubbish. It would have been jumping around all over the joint. We're not going to waste time on that, but you can see once it's fully warmed up, which it is, the target common rail pressure, second from the bottom, 35,000 kPa, and the actual fuel pressure, you can see the normal, as I said before in other videos, around 32 to 35 is the movement you'll get. Often around what you see now is perfectly normal. If you've got the long SCV, you don't need it. It's a do it once, never do it again, but the short one is rubbish, and you'll see it dropping down to 28 and jumping up to 39, and any combination more or less around that, they're just rubbish. So you don't waste time looking at the fuel pressure on a short SCV. You just get it and you throw it in the bin and you put the nice new long one, genuine, in. We can supply that with the injector kit. That's Monday's text message from 7:30 a.m. But I'm not here to sell you stuff. What I'm here to tell you about is, so he's here, You know, he's got the injector job, 4 to 5 grand worth. I'm not going to give a fixed price because every vehicle varies. Let's get out. It's a bit windy out there, but I've got a squeak at the I've got a squeaky noise, okay, that he might not know about. If you haven't seen a lot of videos, there's things you don't know about. So we're going to cover now over a few minutes the most common other things you might need to do. So it's an 08. It's 14 years old. It's never been to anywhere but standard service and butchers, and we bring it back from the dead, right? They send your car to the wreckers slowly. We bring it back from the dead. So the engine's good. It's got new injectors, everything's beautiful there, right? Doesn't need to be done again for another, I'll say minimum probably 7 to 10 years. You can do it earlier if you're fussy. You can leave it longer if you like. But, you know, we're just giving a guide there, you know, general guide. It's not like food. We don't have to give a date. We're just giving a general guide. You know, I say 7 years, 170 is the ballpark for all the 1KDs. Probably all common rail diesel vehicles probably would be a good guide. But anyway, some different injectors, some newer ones, some last longer, some don't last that long. There's lots of variables, which is why I keep saying subscribe and turn the bell on. We'll cover that in other videos. Check the injector information playlist. But look, we've got a little squeak there. I'm going to put the window down and just, oh no, it's gone. It's gone. How quiet's that engine? Beautiful. Have a listen to that. Right, nice and clean. And they don't all come up quite that good. They do vary. It is a diesel. It can make some noise, but I love it when we get the quiet ones. Anyway, so the engine's done. The SCV's done. When I drive it, it's either got really noisy tyres or the wheel bearings are noisy at the front. And that's no surprise because look at the kilometres, right? And for those that watch the videos, we already know about 200,000 Ks is the recommendation. We'll get out and have a look at the vehicle soon. So we haven't done an inspection on this vehicle. There's no time for it. It wasn't booked in for it. It was booked in for injectors. Just got to wrap up this quick video and get on to the next job. So the squeak in the exhaust, let me just stop talking for a minute. It's there ever so lightly, but I've been hearing it. It's quite annoying. You know, the gasket under the driver's seat in the exhaust, it's at the first join. Bada bing, it's in all the other videos. Just search my channel, Squeak, you'll get the part number, and the Toyota dealers will hate it because everyone will be ringing up for that gasket and they'll be out of stock again, right? This is what happens. Toyota parts should be sending me the commission, right? Anyway, the fuel hose, of course, the fuel hoses go hard. This one won't have been changed 14 years, so I'd be recommending a fuel hose without even looking at it. So an exhaust gasket, a fuel hose. I'd be recommending front wheel bearings either way, but we're about to have a look at the tyres in a minute. I can hear a little bit of dry belt and bearing noise at the front of the engine. So again, that BFE will come up at 300,000 Ks. Hopefully all the belts, bearings and everything make it until 300 because at 150, they certainly wouldn't have done that. I think it'll be okay. Most of them are. It's just a bit of a risk factor depending how you use the vehicle. If you go in a lot of water, mud, dust and dirt. Remember, mud equals money. You know those bog holes? Not a good idea. Muddy, gritty water. It's like water with sandpaper in it getting in all your bearings and stuff. Although the Toyota stuff sealed up pretty well. What else was there? So noisy bearings. There was something else. Engine mounts. That's right. When it was cold, there was, so this is a thing, right? They just spent, you know, the 4 or 5 grand sort of thing, ballpark. Like I said, that's the injector job, right? It's going to be, you're not going to get anything here for less than 4 grand. So if you haven't got 4 grand, you need to save up, or you think I'm a rip-off, then just don't even contact me because you're not even going to get anything for less than 4 grand related to injector work. Well, you could get a receipt job, I suppose. Just the labour side and some parts, whatever, right? But look, seriously, injector job with the related works, the map filter, cleaning this, cleaning that, EJAR cleaning that, budget 4 to 5 grand. Doesn't mean it's not going to be more. Now, this one, surprise, SCV. It needed the SCV because it had the short one. Well, it didn't need it. It's optional, but if you want to do the job right. The other thing, it had a cracked valve cover. Cha-ching, another 370 bucks, right? So it all keeps adding up, and it's got a catch can at one side, and it's got extra fuel filter at the other, which adds, it's just much harder to work around, adding time and difficulty to the job, which could be a couple $100 or it could be a slab of Heineken or two, that sort of thing, right? You know, like sweeten up the deal a little bit, slab of Heineken, slab of Coronas, everyone's happy, mate. We forget about those things. It just smooths it all off, yeah? So if you've got a catch can, a fuel filter, or lots of things in the way, you're probably better off to have those slabs on the back seat when you arrive and make a point of it before we open the bonnet. Okay, so I think we've nailed it, right? We've got to have a look at the tyres, but we believe the wheel bearings are noisy, even if they're not. Because of the kilometres, we're going to recommend them. Okay, the engine mounts. Now, the engine mounts, it's more in the 07, 08, some 09, 120 Prados, not 150s. they're problematic, they vibrate, they're not going to break. It's not imperative, the engine's not going to fall out. It's just that annoying vibration, mainly when it's cold. And this is warmed up and gone away now, right? So I can't demonstrate it for you, but I've demonstrated. Just search on our channel, engine mounts, and I bet you'll find something. And if not, there'll be videos on it. The engine mounts we can supply, pick up only. I'm not sending them. They're about, I don't know, you know, two or $300 for the pair or something like that. Low 200, somewhere there. I have to check the current price. I got them on the shelf. I brought them a while ago. They were, you know, they were 220 or something like that, right? So just a reminder, we don't have the EFT machine. So if you just decide you're going to turn up, I had a text yesterday, I'm in the area, can I pick up this? No worries, but we don't have the EFT machine. So if you want to do that, bring the folding, you know, the green stuff. Otherwise, you know, bank transfer takes time. You can't have the goods till the money's in, that sort of thing, because I don't know you, of course, right? So don't take it personally. It's just business, right? You know, money's the thing we use to, you know, exchange goods and whatever. It needs to be there because I don't know who you are, you know, whatever. So you get the picture. But the folding stuff's good because it just works. It's right there. It's instant. You can go, actually, I'll get one of those too, and you're going to need more of it. So always bring extra. So even if I give you an indication how much it is, and you're going to save some money on delivery, bring extra anyway, because there might be something else. And what else? Yeah, so engine mounts, labour. It's quite a job changing. It can be a real pain. Our Sunshine Workshop takes care of that. You're looking around about probably, I think they're about $400 or $500 labour installation side of it, I'm pretty sure. So we can have, we welcome you to have a crack yourself. We're not trying to get the jobs. Actually, they don't want to do them, so I probably should have said 700 labour or something like that. But look, trying to be reasonable here. We try and balance it out. Of course, we want more, and of course, we can get more because we're in demand. They're not enough of us people that can do it right, so we can charge whatever we want, but we're trying to be reasonable and keep it down for you. That's the best we can do. Hope you appreciate that. So just to recap finally, he's come, he's got the heart done. The heart's done, happy days. A few other things to do on the 14-year-old vehicle that have had no maintenance. Front wheel bearings, engine mounts, fuel filler hose, exhaust gasket, and who knows, there could be a few other bits and pieces, but once it's all done, it might seem that, oh, I've spent 6,000 or 7,000 or 8,000. Well, guess what? 8,000 is a lot cheaper than a new car for 80,000. Plus all your extras, and then your interest on top, your application fees, your dearer insurance, and then your stress when it gets scratched or dented in the car park. So like I say, in my opinion, now's not the time to buy any new or used cars unless it's a wise decision. Just think about it. We've got lots of videos and information. I hope you like it. It's designed to help you and give you the real, genuine information you need. Bada bing. If you do happen to want an injector kit, that's the cheapest way to do your injectors. Avoid those counterfeit, avoid the remanufactured. In my opinion, only use new. We supply the kit with the injectors, pipes, all the seals and gaskets, and I only saved it to the end for the people that want maximum information. Most of them have probably already done it. Thousands of people in our VIP group, I shouldn't say thousands actually, there's only a bit over 1,000, but not everybody joins. Probably thousands of people have replaced their injectors through us, one way or the other, and happy days, right? And I think I finished talking. Gee, this guy talks, doesn't he? 13 minutes. All right, guys, subscribe, turn the bell, and hit the like button if you liked it. Ross, I hope you liked it. There's all the information you needed. This is how we do it. It's got a lot more information than a written report that you can't understand. Bada bing. Talk to you soon. See you guys. Bye.